Hi guys, today I'm doing my daily makeup routine, which is what I'm wearing at the moment. A few of you commented on my last video asking if I would do this, so here it is. One thing I must say is I apologise for my eye today, it's been particularly wonky recently, so just ignore that. It's just a stupid eye. If you want to know more about my eye and why it's wonky, I will leave a link in the description to a video which explains that. Prepare for the next clip because I've not got any makeup on. So this is my completely bare face, and isn't it lovely? And unfortunately have spots and redness and scars, which is a barrel of fun. So what I do when doing my makeup is, first off I start with my foundation, and if you've watched my July favourites you would have heard about this weird mixture that I do, which is a bit like a BB cream kind of mixture that's happening. What I do is I take 3 products, my foundation, which is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, in what colour? In number 51, and then I add a small amount of Stargazer's white foundation and my moisturiser, which is the Nivea Daily Essentials Oil-Free Moisturising Day Cream. Do they have to make it difficult for us by adding in ridiculously long names? And I apply it with the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. And yes, this is dirty, yes I have used it, sorry, but we're all human, aren't we? And we all use brushes, so they're never going to be clean all the time. I take 1 pump of foundation, 1 blob of white foundation, and a normal amount of moisturiser. So it looks like this, and then I take my Expert Face Brush and I just blend them all together. This makes a paler and sheerer foundation, which is a bit like a BB cream, which I find easier to work with, especially when it's hot. And because it's quite liquid due to the moisturiser, I then just dab it all over my face. And then I go back in and blend it. As you can see, that hasn't done a huge amount, so next I use my concealer, which is the Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection Concealer, which I'm sure you've all heard of and probably own yourself. And I have it in the shade Fair, which is the lightest one they do. And I just put this under my eyes and on all my lovely blemishes. Then I blend that out using the Expert Face Brush again. Anywhere that's showing up more than anywhere else, I use my finger to dab it in because that gives it a better coverage. It sort of leaves it in the area where you put it rather than sort of spreading it around. Then I use my concealer again and I just put it down the bridge of my nose. I don't know with any of you, but I find if I ever try and blend it out with a brush, it doesn't work. So I just use my finger and dab it out. If I use a brush to do this, I find that it just sort of wipes it off. So if you have that problem as well, try doing it with your finger. And then to set that, I use Rimmel London's Clear Complexion Powder, which is exactly the same as their Stay Matte Powder, which I used to use, but I just picked this one up. I think it's because this is the only one I ever seem to be able to find transparent in. And I apply this using the Face and Body brush from the Body Shop. I find that patting the brush like this works better than smearing it around, because this is quite a dewy foundation opposed to something like Revlon Colour Stay, which is sort of, it goes on and it's stuck. This moves around, so if you pat it like this, it won't move around and then it will stay where you put it. Next I do my eyes, and the first colour I'm going to use is Shroom by MAC, which is this one, and I apologise for the state of my MAC palette. It's because Shroom got smashed and it just went everywhere, and I've cleaned this about 1,000,000 times, but it doesn't matter what I do, the powder still just gets all around it. So apologies for that. It is clean to a certain extent, just the eyeshadow just likes to spread itself everywhere. And to apply that I use the eyeshadow brush from Topshop. I'm just putting that all over the lid, mainly focusing it on the inner corner to bring light to the eyes. Next, on the same brush, I'm going to use Amber Lights, which is this lovely orange goldy colour. I've been loving this colour this summer. I find it really warms up my face and it creates a nice natural look compared to something like this, which is a dark brown. So using lighter colours in the summer I really like. And I just put that in the crease. Then I take my Sigma tapered blending brush, which is the E35, and I just blend those out. You don't have to do this, this is just an extra step which I like to do occasionally. Next I curl my lashes using a number 7 lash curler. I haven't got any preference on lash curlers, this is just one I was given. Then I add mascara, and the mascara I'm using at the moment is Maybelline The Falsies, which is a very popular mascara. So again, I'm sure you've heard of it. And I just apply that on my top lashes. One thing I would say when wearing either no eyeshadow or a really light eyeshadow is to go careful with the mascara. Don't push it really hard at the root because then it will print onto your lash line, and that's not really a good look unless you cover it up with eyeliner and then you're not really doing what you were doing in the first place. So yeah, just go careful with your lashes and gently, and try not to get it too close to the base because then you will print it everywhere. Then I add another coat. Next I move on to my brows, and I take a round lash comb and comb through them first. Then I take an angled brush and Coquette from MAC, which is this ashy grey brown colour, and fill in my eyebrows. I swear I say this in every makeup video I do, but I find it really helps to frown. I find it helps me to find the arch and the shape of my eyebrows. To fill in my eyebrows, what I do is I frown, then I take the angled brush and I line it up with my eyebrows so it's at a vertical sort of way. That is terrible explanation. So I just sort of put it here at the start of my eyebrow, I wiggle it around a bit, and then I sort of flick it. Is that weird? And then I twist the brush this way so that it's lying flat, and then follow the shape of my eyebrows. And then to soften that up and make it look a bit more natural, I go in again with my brown lash comb and just comb out the shadow. Now moving on to blusher, I use a colour which is called Rose Glow, which is shade 2 from Fashionista. If you've seen some of my other makeup videos, you would have heard me say this. I bought this product purely for the packaging, but I like my makeup to match, and because it looks quite similar to the MAC palette in sort of the black palette type thing, that's why I bought it. Silly reason to buy blusher, but it's a decent enough blusher, so it's fine. And I apply this with the blush brush from Real Techniques, and this brush is amazing. I love this brush. You just put a small amount of product on the tip of the brush, and then when you apply it, the rest of the brush does all the blending for you. Now moving on to lips, I use the lip scrub from Lush, which is great. They do these in a few different flavours. This one is the vanilla one, I believe, or the chocolate one. Vanilla and chocolate. There you go. It's just a sugar scrub which you dip in and put on your lips, rub them together, and it gets rid of any dead skin cells and it makes your lips nice and soft. Then I will go for a red lip, and I have a lot of red lip products. One I bought recently is the Max Factor Lipfinity Lasting Lip Tint, which is pretty good, although whenever I lick my lips it always makes my tongue bright red, so I'm not sure that's a great thing. And I have a few red lipsticks from MAC. One of them is Chili, which a lot of you commented on in my last video, which I was wearing in, which I believe was my July favourites, and Russian Red, which I love. This is my favourite red lip. Today I'm going to go for Russian Red because it's a lovely classic red, and I don't tend to apply lip liner. That's just another step I can't be bothered to do. And that's it. That's my daily makeup routine. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you want to follow me on any of my social networks, they are always listed in the description below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @RockyAD. I'm on Instagram all the time, so that's probably the best place to follow me if you want to see what I'm up to. Remember to like and comment and subscribe if you're not already, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I love you guys. Bye!